Virgo, welcome in. Welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for the month of May for Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Cross watchers are always welcome. How you doing, Virgo? How are things going? How are you enjoying your journey to becoming more and more yourself? Hope you're doing well. All right, let's get to this reading. What's the overall energy of the month of May for Virgos? Beautiful. What's hidden from Virgo? What's hidden from Virgo that would be, thank you. Outcome and advice. Thank you. All righty. 2 packets of information came out in the overall energy. 8 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. And then Page of Pentacles in reverse, 4 of Pentacles in reverse, 6 of Cups in reverse, High Priestess. All right. 8 of Swords and 5 of Pentacles. Wow, this is a poverty mindset. Limited, very limited. Very focused on what's not working, so where your attention goes, where your focus is, that's where all your energy goes. So it feels like this first message is talking about someone who's in poverty mindset, stuck. What do we need to know about the 8 of Swords? What would be helpful to Virgos watching? Yeah, getting out of poverty mindset with the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Something here about not trusting your feminine, divine feminine energy. And allowing others to kind of pull your focus. This is a lot of worry about finances. And it's so interesting because we've got the 3 of Cups here in this message, which is celebration, celebrating a harvest. Usually there are 3 people here on the other side. 3 women come together celebrating a harvest. So there's this celebration energy here that's a potential, but it feels like there's all this poverty thinking, focusing on what's not working in the world, seeing everything through the lens of poverty. This is doom scrolling. This is projecting onto others, lack abundance as well. There's a lot of negativity, focusing on what's not there, lying, cheating, stealing. Yeah, this has a lot of seeing out in your world what you don't like and focusing on what you don't prefer seeing. So much so that by sharing your energy, by talking about it more, you're creating more of it. This type of poverty thinking, just staying so much in the negative. I think why it's being brought up is you don't want to invite that energy into your world. Or do you? Maybe you do. Maybe you do want to experience this type of poverty. And lying and cheating and stealing and betrayal and deception and not having enough and having to rub two pennies together. It feels like the more you focus on this, the greater it gets. And so then there's this little Three of Cups here. It feels like you have access to abundance and people celebrating a harvest, but which do you want to focus on? You are choosing your reality, Virgo. You're capable. And so it's a choice, a personal choice, what you want to focus on and what you want to invite into your reality. There's a lot of asterisks there, and it feels like a lot of people are like, well, it does exist. It is there. Do we just spiritually bypass? Do we just ignore that? No. I don't have time in this reading to explain all of the energies around all of those questions, which are good questions and valid. But what I am sharing for whoever is watching is that you get to choose. And you choose with where your focus is. And the more you focus on something, the more you invite it into your reality. So if you don't like focusing on the poverty, then what is it, instead of focusing on then what do you want to do about it? What can you do to empower yourself or empower others instead of focusing more of the poverty consciousness? There's something you can do, but just focusing on it and amplifying it with your energy and talking about it more and more is not, it doesn't feel like I'm tuning into somebody who's actively wanting to figure out how to solve poverty, but just talking about it and amplifying it. Do you see the difference? So anyway, I'm going to move on. Okay. The second packet of information, Page of Pentacles in reverse, Four of Pentacles reverse. Someone who's stuck in a mindset. Can't reconnect the dots in a different way. This feels like family. With Four of Pentacles in reverse, it feels like somebody's let go of this limited mindset, let go of this environment. High Priestess feels like, Virgo, you are very intuitive. You've got unlimited potential. What's the Page of Pentacles in reverse? Who can't reconnect the dots in a different way? Who's stuck in a limited mindset? With Hermit coming out, this might be you, Virgo. Oh, with Four of Pentacles in reverse and Page of Cups in reverse. Okay, this feels like a mindset that you've had since you were a child, maybe how you were raised, which is not accurate. It looks like you're being invited, Virgo, in the month of May to let go of old mindsets, limiting ways that you perceive finances and abundance. Maybe instead of, this is what it is, this is what money is, and whatever beliefs that are so limiting. You might be inviting in a more energetic, spiritual way that you perceive your finances. Bringing in divine feminine energy so you can do less and receive more, and allow abundance to flow into your reality. Feels like who I'm talking to is making a shift, letting go of those limiting ways of perceiving your abundance that were passed down from, it looks like, your family of origin. What type of mindset would be helpful for Virgos watching? I was clarifying the High Priestess, and the High Priestess came out again. This is very clear to me. The message is you're having an energetic shift. Feels like in the month of May, you're going to be able to see things on a very spiritual, non-physical way. And you're clearing out these outdated, limiting perspectives on finances, on abundance. It doesn't even feel like it's just in regard to that. It feels like just limiting perceptions that are keeping you small. Feels like the Virgo I'm talking to is going to receive a lot of downloads, a lot of epiphanies, a lot of different ways. But first you've got to let go of these old, outdated perspectives, limiting perspectives. You can't beat the drum of these limiting perspectives and allow new ways in. If this poverty mindset is so loud in your space and has so much momentum, it might take a while to not beat the drum of those beliefs. Let that energy die down before you are able to turn your views around and start building up steam, momentum in a different direction. All right. Virgo, in what's hidden, we have temperance, patience. As you alchemize outdated ways, outdated beliefs, I'm feeling afraid. I'm focusing on poverty and it's making me feel nervous and afraid. Okay, so I have found with that fear an activation in my space with a belief I don't prefer to have. That's what that fear is showing me, that my energy is running through a belief or beliefs in my space that I don't like, that I don't want to continue to run my energy through. And so that fear is showing up to let me know to address those belief systems. So I've got a story that I can't make money, that people steal from me, or whatever your story is, that I don't know how to make money, that I have a ceiling on how much I've ever been able to make and I don't see me making more. Whatever your limitations are, your beliefs, it's up to you to find them, find those limiting beliefs and alchemize them and change them into what you would prefer. Let's see if I can find... You can't create a belief that you don't believe and then keep trying to make yourself believe it. What I've noticed is when I let go of a belief and it's here, I create a belief that's a stepping stone that I believe, but it's in the direction of where I prefer to be in my beliefs. Does that make sense? Bridging beliefs. I've never made a lot of money. Don't like that. Don't like how it feels. But I'm a creator and I'm capable of creating and changing who I am and what I want. Can you make that leap? Instead of continuing to run your energy through that, can you bridge that belief with, I'm learning how. I'm learning all kinds of mysterious ways to clear limiting beliefs so I can have the abundance that I prefer in my life. Another belief is maybe people steal from me. People take what's mine. Okay. How about bridging the belief to nobody can really take what's mine. Nobody can create with my energy without my permission. And I no longer give people permission to create with my energy. So start bridging your beliefs. Hope that helps. All right, anything else in what's hidden that would help Virgo? Fog of confusion. There's a decision. Ooh, more temperance coming out. It's a lot of patience and a lot of alchemizing energy. It's going to take the time it takes to clear and heal this poverty consciousness. Now that you're aware of it, then you can start working on it. It's okay. You're right where you need to be. Okay, there's this confusing story that's coming out where you were following what you thought was your happiness, but it feels like someone breadcrumbed, withheld finances, created a very painful ending. This, boy, Six of Cups in reverse again. This feels like from this type of activity has happened repeatedly in your life. It's a childhood wound, unhealed, around betrayal and about people not investing in you, people withholding from you. So it looks like there's a lot of stories that you are changing about yourself, a past wounded story. So it looks like a lot of shadow work and alchemizing painful stories into what you prefer. Feels like I'm talking to a collective, a Virgo collective here that's wanting to be happy. Despite what you've gone through, it isn't that you haven't gone through all the experiences, all the ups and downs and in-betweens, and you've explored a lot of your emotions, and it feels like you're choosing to be happy anyway. And with temperance coming up twice in what's hidden, it's going to take patience. Can you be patient with yourself? I'm right where I need to be. There's nothing wrong with where I'm at. I'm learning what my beliefs are, and if those beliefs don't work for me, then I change my beliefs because I'm a creator of my reality. So it's going to take some time. Get the feeling some of you feel very much a hermit. Until I heal, I'm going to stay isolated. But I'm getting that you're in process. We all are. We're all in lessons, and it's okay. It isn't about being perfect. It's about accepting yourself right where you are. It's okay to not know and then figure something out. It's okay. It's not only okay, it might be something that you might enjoy. Finding beliefs that don't work and then replacing them. You might actually really enjoy this process and creating the version of you prefer. All right, Virgo. In the outcome and advice, Ten of Swords in reverse. That's the second time the Ten of Swords has shown up in what's hidden as well. Feels like you are healing from a lot of betrayal, painful ending, a cycle that was very painful. And you're alchemizing and processing the painful ending. Ooh. Grief. It looks like a lot of grief coming up. I'm hearing for some of you, it feels like never ending. How to process the grief. It feels like some of you are kind of stuck in that grief, in that sorrow, in the past, kind of a very wet energy, watery energy, a lot of sadness, and a lot of upset about you might be stuck. I might be talking to someone who's stuck in this past heartbreak, painful ending, and nobody has really shown you how to grieve and move through grief. You might be stuck on how that hurt. And so the first thing when I'm in an environment or in a relationship and I finally kind of see what's going on and clock them, then I can really see, oh, this person, I see now who they really are. I can see how brutal, I can see the cruelty, I can see that. And that's important, to see someone and see the relationship clearly. And it feels like, and that allows you to feel all those repressed emotions that you've been stuffing to try to make it work with someone. And when you finally see them as they really are, then all those emotions come out to be felt. But it feels like you might be stuck in this space, and you might be ready for the next step in grieving. When you've assessed accurately enough, oh, I recognize this person, this environment, not for me, that's fantastic. Now sitting with the grief and the sorrow and allowing yourself to feel the feelings, to feel those, to give them expression without the story, but just to feel, to hold space. Because once you sit with your emotions, not the story, but the emotions, and allow yourself to feel those emotions, then when you allow yourself to feel those emotions without some type of story attached to it, your spirit wants to feel. There's an importance that you feel those feelings. And once you allow yourself to feel those feelings, then there's all this wisdom that comes, and you learn so much from those emotions. But you've got to let go of the story. And for a lot of you, that's tough, because there's some type of story of what they did, of what happened. And you got to let the story die down enough so you can heal your emotions, gain the wisdom from those emotions, get out of, and then once you start healing, then you can't change the past. You can't change people and environments, but then you start looking at you, not at, because we're moving past blame and shame and who's responsible, and looking at self, saying, I don't want to experience this again. And I know I'm a creator in this reality. So what beliefs do I have? What energies am I running that make me compatible for this type of relationship and environment that I'm saying that I'm no longer interested in, so I can unmatch and unmirror and have new experiences. So it feels like once you start healing and alchemizing, focusing on you, what you can change, what you can, you can't really change much out here, but you have complete control and choice over how you run your energy. And it looks like you move very quickly. Once you alchemize this, then these beliefs and become the version of you that you prefer, then things really start moving on, moving forward. There's something here also about not worrying about what this looks like to others, to just be where you are and that be okay. So, very interesting reading. All right, Virgo, I hope that was helpful. Have an amazing May.